Hello and welcome back to your ROX reaction. I'm Matt Sapikoff, and I'm bringing you Game 3, the final game of the series, and our first series against LA. The Rockies were looking to avoid the sweep, but that was a pretty tall task as Shohei Ohtani was on the mound, and he's sporting a .73 ERA coming into the game. It was an MPB matchup for the ages, an absolute classic. Tomoyuki Sagano got the start for us as well. Of course, though, the inhuman Shohei Ohtani led off the game with a home run and put himself in place for the win. Crazy thing is, he did that in his last start as well. So just amazing. I mean, that's all you can really say. Freddie Freeman joined in as well in this first inning. He hit his seventh home run of the year for a solo shot to put them up 2-0. Tovar had a beautiful sliding play towards the bag in the second inning to get Teoscar Hernandez out, and it looked like Teoscar might have pulled a hamstring or something. He came up lame with the base, and he reached back for his hamstring, so we'll see on that one. Sagano was able to freeze Shohei with a fastball at the bottom of the zone for a K in the third, and should have done it again in the fifth, but we had already used all of our challenges, so we were out of those for the game fairly early on. The ROX had a beautiful, beautiful pick play to pick off Andy Pages. Goodman flashed his hand down, not his gloved hand, interestingly enough. His throwing hand down as he saw Pages getting a little jumpy over there at first. And, it's beautiful. You see a lot of those plays in college, not as much in high school, maybe at the higher levels, but a lot in college. And now with all these new base running rules, you're beginning to see that more and more in the MLB, especially this year. So kudos to the ROX for pulling off a perfect pick play. And in the fourth, the Rockies were able to get a run back after they got two runners on with no outs. One of those was ruled an error, although it could have been a hit. We'll see why that's important later. And a fielder's choice made it first and third for the Rockies. And then Willie Castro was able to hit another fielder's choice to bring in the runner from third to make it a 2-1 game. And that was a super weird play. It was a roller between first and second. Freddie Freeman couldn't quite grab it. And on a weird play, Alex Freeland, their second baseman, was able to get a 4 unassisted by running over to the bag himself and diving headfirst into the bag to beat Castro there. But hey, Castro did his job with a runner in scoring position. And that's all you can ask. Sagano was getting a lot of deep counts throughout the game. I didn't see him going very late. I mean, he was already at 70-something pitches through 4 innings. Yeah, and Bernardino had to come in and finish the fifth, so he did a good job. Shohei went 6 innings, and despite giving up a run, he did not allow any hits to the Rockies, so of course we were on no-no watch. Anyway, Toby reached against the World Series hero Will Klein in the 7th, but it was ruled an error on Max Muncy. It was really hard hit, but it was right at him at third, and they ruled it an error. And then Senza, who's had a 1.13 ERA, came in the 7th and held it down for held the Dodgers down. And then Tanner Scott, who went from probably a top 5 closer in baseball to last year being like a bottom 5 reliever in baseball, he's looking like he's back to elite this year. But Tyler Freeman was able to break up the combined no-no that they had going on in the 8th with a little shot through the shifted 3-4 hole. I was really surprised to see they had him pull shifted like that because he's a guy who could really poke the ball anywhere. Pages hit his 13th homer of the year against Antonio Senzatella. And just real quick, let me say, I'm really tired of people pretending that Andy Pages is like a miscellaneous player in this league. Like, he's genuinely debatably a top 5 center fielder in the game when you look at it. I mean, just because he had a very poor postseason last year, especially World Series, he hit like 30 home runs last year, and he's playing elite center field defense. So I think he just gets put down by the fact that he's maybe the 6th most important hitter in that lineup, or the 6th biggest name in that lineup, and then you don't even count the 4 pitchers that are probably mentioned ahead of him. So yeah, that was just my quick rant on Andy Pages. But Blas Castano for the Rockies came in for his 3rd appearance of the year to finish it out in the 8th. But the Rockies went down quietly in the 9th, and they dropped their 10th straight game in LA. That'll be all for the ROX reaction. I will be doing another ROX on the Pond podcast episode today or later this week. And be sure to check out my socials at @SAP_ROX on the Pond.